Hey, we are super excited for the webinar today. We have lots of fun things to talk about, and I am looking out my window at this beautiful snow falling down. So it looks like we are going to have a white Christmas after all, as long as it sticks. So we are excited. It's a beautiful day out. I am going to finally go and look at Jeeps today and try to get that figured out. We are pushing almost 40 people on our team now. So it's about time that I got around to going and getting that picked out. I just haven't had time, but things are slowing down a little bit now, so I'm going to try and go and take care of that today. So I'm excited about that, and it's the perfect weather to be going and picking up a Jeep now for all this snowy weather. So hopefully all of you have your sights on your Jeep as well, and I know we've got a couple on that's going to be a guest speaker on the call with us today that have their sights on the Jeep by the end of the month, and we are super excited and cheering them on. So lots of exciting things happening. It is a great time of year to get a lot of things done. I know a lot of people are distracted with the holidays, but it's actually a great time to meet with people and talk to people because people are slowing down a little bit around this time. So we are excited about what we have to go over today. The first thing, I just want to kick it off before I introduce this couple that's going to be speaking today on our call. I just want to kick it off with what you see on your screen. One of the most exciting things that we are doing right now is going over this Tranont overview. Now, this Tranont overview can be done over the internet on more of a webinar format. It can be done one-on-one, or it can be done in your home with some friends and family over. And next week, we are going to have Colton Mitten as a guest speaker on and talk about some of the exciting things that he has going on with his business and with these home meetings that he is doing. He is doing an excellent job and also has his sights set on that Jeep either by the end of the month or by the end of January for sure. So we hopefully have a lot of you with that goal, where our goal is to get all of you that want to play ball. We want all of you in your Jeep by the end of January. So we're super excited about how we are going to do that and how excited people are. So I just want to go over this overview real quick, and I'm not going to steal a lot of the thunder from Colton because we're going to talk with him next week. But I just want to get you guys excited so you can start thinking about this, because I want to challenge each of you to do at least one of these presentations, these overview presentations before the end of the year, whether that's in your home with some friends and family over, or whether that's online with multiple people or even just one person. If everyone just gets the ball rolling with doing one before the end of the year, we're going to have some great momentum going into January. So this Tranont overview is a great way to introduce this amazing opportunity, and it's a great cheat sheet for yourself as you're giving this presentation. Now, I am, of course, happy, Ariane is happy to do these presentations for you or with you and to help you do a few of them to get the ball rolling, but it is very, very simple to duplicate. And the beauty about this particular overview sheet is the simplicity. So I just want to give you a little idea as to how these are going down and what we are doing. Like, for example, with Colton, we went up and met with some of his family members and did a overview presentation, and it was amazing. It actually blew me away just how excited people were. I knew how excited I was about Tranont, but it was fun to actually see in person everyone getting so excited. And in fact, my presentation was literally less than about 40 minutes. And in fact, I'm going to actually pull up this picture real quick, and then we will elaborate more on this next week. But here, if you're on our Facebook group, you may have seen this, but this was prior to the event. We had he had a nice little setup with goodies, and he had his house, all set up with some extra chairs, and we basically just filled the little room that you see here on your screen with some of his family members, and we just went through and showed or talked about this Tranont overview presentation, and everyone was so excited that my presentation was only about 40 minutes. However, 3 hours later, everyone was still talking about it. And so next week, Colton is going to talk about what he is saying to get people to his house, what he said to get people, and maybe even some of the skepticism that some of them had before they came, and then some of the feedback. Probably one of the most insightful parts of the night was when I went around and asked each person what interested them the most and what piqued their interest the most. And I kid you not, it was not provoked. I thought we would be done in an hour, and they were still talking about it 3 hours later. They were that excited. And what it really boiled down to, in a nutshell, was it gave people hope. Now, different aspects of the overview got them excited, but they all had hope that they were going to be able to change their financial situation. And the thing that I love the most about this is that is exactly what we are doing for people. So just real quick, as you can see here, we've already done a training on this, but I've made a few changes, so I just want to run through it real quick. But as you can see here, you start out before you, if you're in person, I start out before I even hand this out, and then I just kind of give them a little bit of an overview of what we're trying to accomplish. Talk a little bit more about the emotional part of Tranont and a little bit more of the mission behind Tranont, which is to help people with their finances and to help people change their life. I love our tagline, Change Life. And that's exactly what we're trying to do. And I just dive right in to the elephant in the room right off the bat, and I say, look, you know what? We are all a mess with our finances. I don't care whether you have a large net worth or a negative net worth. Everyone could improve their financial situation. And the thing that I love about the culture at Tranont is that we are all in this together to change our finances. And when I started out the meeting that way, it allowed people to feel a little bit more comfortable that they weren't the only ones in the room that were embarrassed about their financial situation. I love Jennifer and Dave McIntyre, who used the analogy of the financial junk drawer. And I just talked about that and how our financial situation is a lot like that junk drawer in our house that we don't want anyone to know about, and then we kind of keep hidden, and then we try to straighten up every once in a while, but it just goes back to being that junk drawer. And you kind of start out making people feel a little bit more comfortable, let them know that we're not going to be prying or asking any personal information about their finances, but that we are actually just a group of people that want to change our financial situation. You become like the people you hang around with most. And the beauty of joining Tranont, of course, is that you get to hang around people that are all on the same mission as you. Then, basically, after I introduce it as an overview, I hand them out one of these papers. So I've printed these out, and I hand them out to everyone. And I just start out talking about the stability of the company. That's one of the benefits of a startup company, is having stability and financial backing behind it. But I also want to emphasize that it is still a ground level opportunity. Sometimes we talk about how long the company has been around and the stability and the financial backing, but Tranont itself is a brand new opportunity. And one of the biggest benefits of coming on board in a company like this is being able to come in at the ground level. So I really emphasize that. And the minute you talk about money or even mention money, some people are very skeptical about whether or not this is going to be legitimate or whether it's some sort of Ponzi scheme or Bernie Madoff situation where people are going to end up losing all their money. So I always emphasize some of the companies that we are working with through our Tranont OneView program to be able to pull in some of the financial information as well as some of the financial and insurance products that we offer. In any scenario, whatever we do at Tranont that has to do with their money, it is going to be through companies that they know and trust. And so we are working with some very big names and the strategic partnerships that we have there. And then in the third box there, I talk about what you get with Tranont. The biggest question everybody has, what am I going to get, and what is Tranont? What are we doing here? What is a financial membership? And so I talk about the importance of having that personal one-on-one coaching. Some of you know that Ariane does personal coaching for people in this industry and just life coaching. And people pay hundreds and even thousands of dollars a month for this type of coaching. And we have some of the best with Ariane and with people like Julius Henderson that we are partnering with and using some of his expertise. He has been training the top CEOs and executives in the country, including the president of Johnson & Johnson and the vice president of Yahoo. So these are personal coaches that can help people with their goals and making sure that they are thinking correctly about money and getting their mental aspect of their money in in check. Oh, Doug is saying that he cannot see my screen. Sorry. That is weird. Not seeing your screen. Be sure you still can. Can anyone else see my screen? That is weird. It says that I'm showing my screen. No one can see my screen. Oh. Okay. That is odd. Share screen, clean icons. Hold on just a second. I am the presenter. Yes. Presenter is... Maybe this is weird. It says I'm showing it. Okay, I just stopped it and started it again. Let me know if that changed anything. Oh, everyone, no one is seeing my screen, and everyone thought it was just their fault. Okay, let's see here. We are pulling up a backup here, but let me... Okay, I'm going to come back to this overview here in just a sec. I am going to turn the time over. I'm actually going to introduce the newest couple to our team, which is Jim and Keerti, and I'm going to have them talk while we are getting this figured out on our end. But let me just talk about Jim and Keerti really quick. I met them just recently and told them about the Tranont opportunity and the Tranont company, and they were instantly excited. In fact, I was supposed to be at dinner, and we spent at least a couple hours sitting there talking because we were all three so excited about it, and we just got talking about it and got them started. And within 48 hours, or I think it was actually 24 hours, we were doing the Fast Start program, which we are going to introduce to everyone soon. But it is a new Fast Start program that the company is coming out with to help people get started in their first 24 to 48 hours. So we had an appointment and went through that Fast Start, and by the time we had that appointment, a day later, Jim and Keerti had already gone through every word of the website. They had already watched every video that you could see, and they already basically had their Fast Start halfway started. So they were one step ahead from the very beginning, and in fact, they already had 2 appointments lined up before we even spoke with each other, which part of the Fast Start program is to help people line up appointments, their initial appointments. They had already taken the initiative to go out there and line up appointments on their own, so they had a couple appointments already lined up. One of the ladies that we spoke with, who's going to be coming on board on Wednesday, she has already talked to 2 people as well and gotten them excited before I have even had the chance to talk to any of them. So they're all just one step ahead, running as fast as they can, and they are coming out of the gates on fire. I believe they already have officially 2 or 3 people joined and on their team, and it's only been a few days, and so they are flying out of the gates. And so we are super excited to watch them. We are also super excited that they are from Texas, because we are going to be heading to warmer weather to work with them and get things rolling for them down in Texas. And so it'll be a fun place to get out of this cold and to go join them. So anyway, without further ado, I have asked them if they will take a moment. This is their first webinar, so we're talking about baptism by fire. I have asked them if they would take a minute and talk about what got them excited about Tranont and some of the things that they are saying to kind of share that excitement. And I think you guys will all see that it's something that anyone can do. So with that, Keerti, can you hear me?
We can.
Perfect. All right, I've got you guys live. I'm going to mute myself so there's no echo, but I'm going to turn the time over to you.
Awesome, thanks.
Thanks, Lance. Yeah, we're excited to be on the call. Like Lance said, we met a little bit over a week ago, and I wanted to take about 10 minutes of his time to see what his presentation was all about, and about 2.5 hours later, his buddies were texting him saying, "Hey, we're waiting for you to come to dinner," and I apologized to him, but we went on, I think, probably for another hour, and then got together again the following day. This is such a exciting program. I think I remember saying to him there, "Lance, where were you 8 years ago, or where were you 10 years ago?" Because the thing that excited me was the ability to borrow money from myself and use what I've been saving for all these years. We're in the real estate industry, and it's funny, when you're self-employed and you've got money, nobody wants to loan you any money, and we were looking for a way to leverage what we already had, and I think that looking at what Tranont has in terms of education got me excited. My wife is the internet person and the computer person in the family, and I wasn't really excited about something to protect my computers because, you know, she takes care of that for us. But I got really excited about education and seeing things from a different perspective, finding out things that I thought I knew that I really didn't know, and better ways to tap into money and to use money. And we're just both extremely excited about all the educational opportunities that are on here. Like Lance said, we took the first 24 hours and went through every single audio and video and everything out there. And I know that there's more stuff out there, and we're looking forward to getting to see that additional stuff that's out there. The way I approach people, the people that are in my circle of influence, is basically that. I just tell them, look, guys, there's an education piece out there that you have to go and dig for and hope to find, or you have to pay thousands of dollars to go to seminars and listen to somebody speak for a couple hours and walk away with, you know, a notepad full of stuff that you hope to glean some nuggets out of. Or you can tap into something like this and have it at your fingertips whenever you need it, or whenever you want it. When you're sitting around the house not doing anything, tap into an educational seminar and learn something that you may not have known. And that is what has got good reception from the people I talk to, is the educational aspects of this, trying to find out something that, you know, you can't get anywhere else, or if you can get it, it just costs you thousands of bucks to go get it. And for my friends, for my associates, that seems to be what is getting them interested in looking at a presentation and going through an overview. And we're excited. We're on track. We're trying to get our Jeep before the first of the year. We're excited to do so. And right now we're still on vacation. We've been on vacation for 2 weeks now, and we're working off of a laptop and cell phones. We haven't even seen anybody in person. We just started calling people, started shooting them emails, started inviting them to presentations, and we're excited to get back to Dallas, meet people in person, and invite Lance and Ariane down to warmer weather. So I'm going to let my wife talk a little bit, but we're excited.
We really are. And I tell you, you know, if I were to summarize kind of briefly what excited me, I would just say everything, but that really doesn't say a whole lot. So kind of 3 items for me. One was that this holistic protection that you get, not only your identity, not only the PC, but your banking. You get to see it all in one place. You can see what's happening as you're moving along, and it only enhances the other business that we're a part of. So I don't have to drop one business to do the other, which is awesome. And second, as Jim mentioned, you know, the education and the tools that Tranont provides, they're easily accessible, they're simple to understand, and I get the protection that I need, and I get the organization that I really desire and just have to be able to be successful in anything I do. And then thirdly, Tranont offers an awesome opportunity with perks, as Jim mentioned, the Jeep that we're targeting now, just for sharing the tools and things that Tranont offers to others. So, I basically am telling my friends and closest family and friends that I'm getting an education on how to get organized and better my finances. I get to stay protected and have an income with unlimited potential. So I just tell them, learn it, do it, and share it.
That is perfect. That is perfect. Learn it, do it, and share it. It's funny you mentioned that, because actually one of the things as we were making the updates to this overview page last night, that's exactly what Ariane said down here. When you get started with Tranont, the Tranont company offers a lot of training and support. And then like you just said, Keerti, you just complete the process, you do it yourself, you share your excitement, and you help others do the same. It's literally a wash, rinse, repeat type of process.
Exactly.
That is great. Perfect. Now, did I cut you off, or were you done?
Nope, I just wanted to kind of summarize it. I could talk for a long time, but I'll try to keep my mouth shut.
No, feel free. Please keep going.
No, that's kind of all I had.
Well, we are going to have you guys back on after we get this Jeep for you, and we're going to keep everybody updated on the play-by-play here and exactly how you did it. But I love the fact that you guys are just keeping it simple. You're not over-analyzing it or anything. We always talk about how it should be ready, fire, aim. And I love the fact that you guys are just coming out of the gates running, and without having all the facts, you're just sharing your excitement. And I think that's by far what's the most important. Everyone always wants to know, what are you saying to get people to listen, or what are you telling people? And we've said it a million times. It's all about how you say it, not exactly what you say. And I love that excitement that you guys have, and that is contagious, and people are they are benefiting from that. So I love that, and I'm super excited to have our webinar next week and get an update on some of the success that you guys are having. I'm also very excited to talk to Colton Mitten next week as we talk about these home meetings where we do the Tranont overview in his home, and just to kind of share that excitement with you guys so you can see the different ways you can do this, whether it's in home, whether it's over the internet like these guys are doing from their hotel on vacation, for crying out loud. I love that. And so there's a number of ways that we can do this. And as you can see there from the Tranont membership and product services, there are a lot of benefits from having this coaching and this education that most people are paying thousands and thousands of dollars for, and it all is a part of this membership. And as you can see, the other thing that I threw on here is I love the fact that down here at the bottom, I love this wealth equivalency. You have to kind of explain it to people, but the traditional retirement comparison, it is very difficult to retire in today's environment, especially with money in the market. It's been we've spent the last 13 years just trying to get our money back that we lost in 2000 to 2002. So getting to these lump sum numbers, which is the traditional retirement method, is not as easy as it used to be and as people think. And so you need $870,000 just to pay you a $3,000 a month income during retirement. And in Tranont, you only need 100 members. Now, Keerti and Jim are going to have at least a dozen for their Jeep by the end of the month. And so it's not going to be long before they have those 100 people. My guess is it's going to be a lot faster than saving up an extra $870,000 since we spoke, a week or so ago, or since we met a week or so ago. So this is a great alternative to the traditional retirement. This residual income is crucial. Now, I'm going to go over this a little bit more in detail next week as we get an update from Colton. Colton has another home meeting tonight that we will be doing, and then he has a third one already on the schedule for, I think it's the 29th, right after Christmas. There is a great week of downtime there between Christmas and New Year's, and once again, I encourage everyone to get an appointment booked with your closest friends and family, even if they're skeptical and even if they don't know exactly what they're listening to. Just get them excited. Tell them, hey, trust me, you got to listen to this, and then we'll do the rest, and we can set up one of these meetings. With that, I want Ariane to say a few words to close it out, but once again, I just want to say thank you to Jim and Keerti for taking your time. We're excited to watch you rock this thing out and get in that Jeep, and we're excited for all the success that you're having. So I'll turn the time over to Ariane.
Hello, everyone. I will be brief. I just want to wish you a very Merry Christmas this week and a Happy Holidays and a Happy New Year. I really quickly want to just echo what Lance said about getting a home meeting scheduled before the end of the year. I want to just for a minute talk to you about human behavior. And traditionally in our culture here in the U.S., even in Canada, and really throughout most of the world, human behavior tells us to wait to start something until Monday, to wait to start something until the beginning of the month, to start to set goals January 1st, but then we don't really keep reviewing them ever. And so you may be tempted these last couple of weeks of December to just wait until the new year to get your Tranont business going. I want to tell you that that is not what you want to do if you want to have a success mindset. And I know that all of you on the line want to have that success mindset. Successful people get ahead of the 8 ball. And so this next 2 weeks is really the time for you to get ahead. You're going to be seeing more people than you ever have before because of the holidays. And when they ask you what you're doing or what's new in your life, I hope the very first thing next to your family, telling them about what's new with your kids and things going on with your family, but I hope the very next thing that you share with them is your excitement about Tranont. Over the course of the last almost 20 years as I've coached people in this industry and have helped them to make 6-figure incomes, the number one thing that I can tell you that has started the success for them, that started that ball rolling, is making a decision to be successful, making a decision to share what they're doing with their business, what they're doing really with Tranont. You're changing your life, what they're doing, and they're sharing that with everyone. They're not hesitating. They're not wondering. They're, like Lance said, they're not analyzing. You can have paralysis through analysis, but they have made the decision to be successful. And so I want to encourage you to make the decision to get a head start, to get a kick start on the new year, and start talking about your Tranont business over the holidays. And why not, like Lance just shared, Colton Mitten up in Cache Valley, Utah, small town, has already set up 3 meetings during the month of December, right before and right after Christmas. The week between Christmas and New Year, I want you to think about it, it's dead. Things are kind of done. People are having a little bit of a letdown after the holiday, and they're not quite ready to celebrate the new year. That week between Christmas and New Year is a fantastic time to have 1 or 2 or even 3 in-home meetings. When I was in the party plan industry, that was a week that I held 10 parties that week. So it's definitely something where people have family in town still. They're looking for something to do. They've got leftover goodies and appetizers they can pull out of the cupboards in the fridge and have people over. Like Lance said, going through this Tranont overview sheet really only takes about 40 minutes. So that's not long, and it'll give them a reason to still gather and get together and eat and have fun. And, the best thing that you can do to tell them about getting some people together is to share your excitement about it, but then to just say, you know what, listen, my job is just to give people information. Would you be willing to be open-minded enough to get some of your family and friends that are in town and get a head start on your financial future for 2015? Let's start getting that thought process in your mind about the success that you're going to have with your financial freedom in 2015 before everyone else starts thinking about it after the new year, and then they're waiting to get their kids back in school, and then they're cleaning up their holiday decorations, and then all of a sudden it's Valentine's Day, and then after they get Valentine's and all that's figured out, then all of a sudden it's March and it's spring break, and they've got to get their kids on a family vacation, and then it's Easter, and then they've got to get their kids out of school, and then it's summer, and then summer's busy, and then it's Halloween and getting their kids back to school, and then all of a sudden it's the holidays again. So let's get a kickstart now. Let's get a kickstart for you. Let's get a kickstart for everyone you know. Let's get these in-home meetings going for this last couple of weeks as we wrap up December. Christmas is a day. We always tease Lance and I that it's a holiday, not a month. So make that decision to get ahead, and you will find yourself as one of those who are successful because you're doing what successful people do. Your mindset is the decision to be successful, to get ahead, to not wait like most of our society does, which is why most of our society is not financially free. So you've got to do what others are not doing so that you can have what you want to have in your life. With that said, a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and we'll talk to you after Christmas and the Christmas weekend on Monday next week. And thanks again to Jim and Keerti down in Texas, and we'll be excited to hear everything that's going on with them. And what I want to just wrap up with is if they can do it, so can you. Believe it, get out there, share the excitement, and we're going to have a great wrap up to December.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Ariane. I would just like to echo the happy holidays and Merry Christmas. Go to morganmoney.info/Tranont and click on that Tranont Financial Membership Overview to get your copy of the financial overview. And to Ariane's point, use that, go over it with some of your family members, or set up an official home meeting and let us help you. But either way, use that overview to tell people about Tranont. Once again, thank you very much for everything you guys are doing. Happy holidays. We wish you the best, and we'll talk to you soon.